Well, hello! Welcome back into my craft room. I'm Heidi. If you are new here, welcome, welcome. So, friends, today's a special video because we're going to be doing some wall decor crafts. There is nothing more boring in a home than just an empty blank wall. I don't know, that's just my opinion. I do like some blank walls, I'm not gonna lie, but I just love finding little moments to make some really beautiful, easy to make wall decor pieces that just have that wow factor, especially around the fall season. In today's episode, we are making 3 projects with Dollar Tree supplies, all super easy to recreate and make on a crafter's budget, which is always my favorite. This project, look at how tall it is. This project is so easy to make and it has the most beautiful artwork on it. It is so pretty to put on a wall, especially those skinny walls next to a door, in your kitchen next to a cabinet. We all have them. I love these kind of projects because they're perfect for those spaces. This project is so simple to recreate. I'm going to use this wood plank, this leftover artwork from this 2026 calendar, Lovely Landscapes. Friends, get this calendar. It has so many gorgeous artworks in it for the months of 2026. I have this pick from the Dollar Tree, and then this pick I got from Hobby Lobby when it was on sale. And then a little scrap of fabric. Now I'm going to start by putting some glue on my wood plank, and I'm going to line up what's left over of the artwork from a different project I had done. I laid it all down, rolled it all out, pressed it down, and now I'm going to cut it. Now I'm cutting the scissors with my left hand. I'm not left-handed. My son is left-handed, but I'm not left-handed. I just felt like it was the easiest way for me to cut it. But I went ahead, roughed up the sides with some sandpaper, and now I'm just going to simply glue on these little greenery picks from the Dollar Tree. And I cut apart the pick from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to take all the pieces off that I want and glue those into place. Now, before I put the pumpkin down, I'm going to put down the fabric first. And you're going to see here that I flapped over the top part of the fabric just a little bit so it has a little bit of a collar up there. Bringing it around to the back side, and then I'm just going to add some hot glue, pull it nice and tight in place, and then put some more hot glue and pull over the other side. Now when it comes to the bottom, I want to make sure we have a nice clean finish on the bottom because I'm really about having clean finishes. I'm going to make sure that I cut off any extra fabric that's going to just be in the way and make it too bulky. And then I'm going to add some hot glue, fold in the sides just a little bit, kind of like you would a present, and then pull that fabric up and lay it down nice and smoothly. And I'm going to use my brayer because this just is going to allow me to be able to lay it flat without burning my fingers. Now I'm going to add in that pumpkin. And the last thing I'm going to do is just do a little bit of distressing with some brown paint around the sides. But that's optional, friends. This is so easy and elegant. I hope you give this one a try. Up next, we're going to be doing this darling pumpkin frame with a bow. This is one of my new favorite techniques I do here on my channel. I did it at the springtime, I believe. That was the first time I came up with the idea of it. But basically, you can hang it up by its bow. Now let's go figure out how to make this together. For this project, I found this really cool frame. It's got a lot of texture on it, and it actually is a little bit of a shadow box. This darling pumpkin beaded strand. What are these things called? Garlands. We're just going to call it that for now. I picked that up from Dollar Tree as well as the frame, and then I have this piece of scrapbook paper. This project is so easy So easy. I took apart the frame. Now you can see where it's got that foam in there. This is why it's a shadow box frame. I pulled off that medallion on the artwork. I didn't want that. I'm going to repurpose the backing of this cardboard, put some glue, stick it onto a scrapbook paper that I feel is more in season for what I'm going for this project. And then I'm just going to pop it back in. Push down the tabs, and then I can flip it over and work on the front side. Now for the pumpkin, I didn't want the twine on it. I didn't want the beads on it. So I'm going to use my pliers because it was actually nailed on there or stapled on there pretty tightly. I just popped that off. And because I'm dealing with glass, I don't want to put a whole bunch of hot glue on this. It could cause the glass to expand or shrink and cause it to shatter. So I used primarily E6000 and then a tiny little bit of hot glue, and I let it cool just for a second or two before I put it down so it didn't crack the glass. Now once that was on, here is the coolest part about this frame. Friends, if you can get your hands on frames that have texture, this is why I wanted to share this project today. I love textured frames because when you bring in some dry brushing of any color, it really brings the frame to life. Look at the pretty details on this frame. And I'm just very lightly, I don't want it going down into the crevices. I want to hit the top surface of the frame. So I'm very, very lightly brushing across that texture, adding on that paint so you can see the contrast. And then when I go and give it a little sand, which is coming next, I have to let it dry first. I'm going to do a little bit of sanding around the sides, and it brings forth the most beautiful frame. They sell frames like this, so expensive, it's ridiculous. And this is just a $1.25 frame from the Dollar Tree. Just adding some white paint. You could seriously find frames like this that are anywhere between, I don't know, $10 to $15 at like Home Goods. And I made it for $1.25 just by adding on white paint. Now, this is a technique I really, really love. I came up with it over the springtime. I wanted to have a bow at the top of a hang-up piece, and I realized, why don't I just glue the bow to the back of the frame? So I tied a bow, put a little bit of a hot glue on the bow part so it doesn't come untied, and then glued it to the back of the frame. And to clean it up, I do recommend putting a little piece of fabric back there, but that's it. Super easy project and so beautiful. By the way, did you catch the episode that was up yesterday? I'm posting every single day, Monday through Saturday. I don't post on Sundays. I just take that day off because that's a Sabbath day. But I'm posting every single day here in the month of October with all brand new crafts. Don't forget to click the subscribe button if you haven't yet. Now this project we're going to be talking about, ooh, that is picking up the light, isn't it? Let's see if I can hold it over here. That might be a little bit better. Is this beautiful wall hanging art piece. It is super, super high quality, and you are gonna love it. They're so versatile to hang up all over your house. I love this kind of wall hanging. For this project, we're using this large wooden leaf, and you can use any of their wood cutouts that they have at the Dollar Tree, some fabric, some of these long shish kebab skewer sticks, and some of these wood finial pieces. I get these from Hobby Lobby when they're on sale, and this is the brand. This pack was $1.49 for all of these little finial pieces. They almost look like knobs, but I'm pretty sure they're labeled finials. Anyway, I put my leaf down on my fabric and I'm cutting out the appropriate size that I need that's going to fit the leaf. Now tell me if I'm the only one, but I cannot craft on a messy table. I got to clean as I go, friends. I just do. So you're going to see, this is like real footage, not cutting it out. I cut out a lot of this kind of stuff so that you all don't have to deal with that, but I just can't handle it. I fold the fabric up and I put it to the sides. So later on when I go to clean everything up, it's so much easier. Do you all do this too? Do you clean as you craft? I can't help it. Maybe it's just the mom in me. I don't know. Now for this part, I'm adding on some glue, just a bead of glue going down, and I'm folding it over to give it a nice finished side. I wanted to clean it up so it had clean lines where it looked like it was sewn, and you could sew it. If you're not a seamstress, if you don't sew, you can use hot glue. I did both of the longer sides of this tapestry we're making, and now I'm going to cut down those skewer sticks, shish kebab sticks. I think the longer ones are skewer sticks. Am I wrong? Am I right on this? Let me know. We don't really barbecue. We really don't barbecue as a family. We're more of a casserole, meat and potatoes kind of family. Okay, I cut down those sticks. I squished the ends just a little bit with some needle nose pliers just so that the wood would fit nicely on those dowels and the finials together. Put a little bit of glue, locked them in on the ends, and now I'm going to pull that fabric over this rod that we've just made. And it just has the nicest, highest end look. I love how it looks. Now I have this little mini iron here in my craft room. I'm just going to iron out the fabric just a little bit because then it'll make it look nice and tidy and clean. Once I got all those wrinkles out, I'm going to add on a little bit of glue because it drives me crazy, you guys. Why does the Dollar Tree put holes in these wood pieces? I wish they didn't do this. But I'm going to add a piece of a popsicle stick on the back, and then I'm going to add a little bit of a glue dot to fill it in. I could use wood putty, but it takes a really long time to dry sometimes. So I went ahead and did that really quick, and now I'm going to give everything a coat of white paint. I'm going to run my hot glue all over the backside and then press it down on there. You can paint your leaf whatever you want. Please have fun, make it your own. Use whatever fabric you want, but I thought because I was going with such a bold fabric, I would go more neutral. You could even stain your wood leaf if you would like. So many options, really, truly. Now I'm going to take some twine, simply tie knots on both sides, and before I lock in that second knot, I put a little dot of hot glue so it doesn't come untied, and then I'm just going to cut off those twine pieces, and it's ready to be hung up in your home. It is the end of the video, and I want to make sure I give a shout out to some of my crafting friends. Let's go check out some of their projects. Today's spotlight is Debbie, who sent me some beautiful projects. Up first, we've got these, it looks like recycled cans, and I love them. How adorable. Here is a beautiful bundt pan. I've never tried this one, and I've always wanted to. And it just looks so pretty. It looks like you've got some wooden rings that you brought together to create a darling pumpkin. And then this next one, I recognized it. This is a project I did last year that Debbie tried out. And I love your take on it. This is exactly what I'm talking about, friends. Make it your own. I love that she added the colors of her home, which is the blue and that wood tone you had in there. So pretty. I loved this one, Howdy Pumpkin. I can tell that you have a cricket. This is so pretty. I love all the layers that you did. And then this last one is a really popular Pinterest one. I haven't tried this one yet either, and it is so darling. I love the colors you went with and that twirled twine in there. Debbie, thank you so much for sending in those projects. They are absolutely beautiful, and I bet you have the cutest house on the block. If you missed the call in my update video, I talk about sending in some submissions for the craft projects you've been working on in your own spaces. I want to feature you here on my channel throughout the month of October and give you a little shout out because you deserve to have a spotlight too. So make sure you grab my email down below and title it. I'll have that all down below at the top of the comments so you can find it really easily. Let's have a real chat. So I still think of myself as a young mom. This is kind of a little bit of like a let's just talk as friends while we're still here. I have a 22-year-old. I have a 19-year-old, and they're both graduated. One is on his mission. He's almost done. He's got just a few more months, and he's going to be heading back. If you don't know, I'm LDS. Some people like to call us Mormons, but we go by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He has been on his mission for almost 2 years, teaching people about Jesus Christ, our beloved Savior. And he's coming home so soon, so soon. I am thrilled he's coming home. But in those feelings of him coming home, and Calvin, my second son, oh, he just graduated in the springtime from high school. I am a little, I guess, not ready for that part. I guess I just imagine being a mom to kids, young kids, forever. I never really thought, I heard people talking about empty nesting. Please leave a comment down below if you're an empty nester. Please tell me how it's going. Tell me if it was hard for you. Tell me if it was easy for you. Now we still have our caboose, our little Miriam. She is 10 years behind Calvin. So we still have a little bit of time with her. She's 10 years old and we adore her. Oh my word, we adore her. She's just such a hoot. She's got such a fun personality, but it is just crazy. My kids are growing up. I have a 10-year-old, a 19-year-old, and a 22-year-old. How did that happen? And the thought of both of my boys going off to school when my son comes back from his mission, Bradley. When he comes back, Calvin and Bradley are going to take off to college together, and it's going to be us and our little bear. And I don't know how I feel about that. So please tell me I'm not the only one. I am a diehard for my kids. I live for them. I breathe for them. I work hard for them. I don't know how else to say it. I'm kind of a goober when it comes to them. I just gush all over them, and I just think that they're so awesome, and I'm always so impressed by how hard they try, like, and work, and the things they accomplish. My word, I love my kids. So please tell me, how is it going for you with empty nesting? If you've done it, if you know what it's like, was it hard? How did you get through it? Did your kids call you? See, listen, I'm close with my kids. I'm not just a mom, we're best friends. We are besties, that's what we are. And so my kids keep telling me, like, Mom, I'm gonna call you every day. And I'm like, I don't think you will. I don't know if you will. And you know how you have to get used to cooking for less and less people? I don't know if I'm ready for that part yet. Oh, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. This part's hard. This part's hard. I hope you get a chance to be in your craft room. I hope you get a chance to be you today. It is so hard sometimes playing the role of mother and wife and friend and daughter. Sometimes we don't get the chance to be ourselves. Anyway, so I hope you do. I hope you get to make something for you. And remember to breathe. Just remember to breathe. God loves you. Remember to breathe. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and catch the video yesterday as well as the update video. I will link those at the end here. And until the next episode, bye friends.